Here we are at Harpies, also known as the Uncategorized Fractal, the one with the Raving Asura. At level 10 plus, the Harpies will knock you off. So having Guardian, you see he put up his wall, walls and shields and stuff like that, as well as feedback on the Mesmer, can be used to block those skills. As a Necro, I can use like my elite with stability, and that'll help me from getting knocked off if I have it charged. I can also use Spectral Walk. If I hit it before I get knocked off, then I can just kind of warp myself back up onto the platform. Also, if you fall from certain places, you can hit Death Shroud, and it will keep you from being downed when you fall. It's not guaranteed. It used to be guaranteed, but now that it only mitigates so much falling damage, it all depends on where you fall. I think it calculates how far you would be falling. Like if I was to hit that thing down there, if I was to fall that far, then it wouldn't heal me for enough. Oh,
now I'll have to make another one.
I got a block from somebody. Otherwise, I think we would have fallen off there. So yeah, having a Guardian is very useful. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I will also run a Blind Well instead of Spectral Walk, simply because the less Harpies that can hit you, the less damage you take. And they, hit very hard sometimes. Oh, and see there, that time it saved me from being downed, because I fell from not too high a point. But some of these outside platforms, if you were to fall, you'd fall straight down into like nothingness, so you just get insta-downed even if you're in Death Shroud. It also depends on how much health you have in Death Shroud, as far as whether or not that is going to save your life.
Replenishing.
Invulnerable. So these are sort of glitchy. You used to be able to attack everything from like way down there on the platform. Like as a Necro, I would sit down there and just put marks on them, or in some cases I could reach with my wells also when I had ground targeting on them. I don't currently, so that wouldn't even be an option, but that was very useful in that you wouldn't have to risk your life coming all the way up here. And I think I'm going to put this on and do some blinding here, except that I seem to be, I'm still putting blind, but I'm still getting an invulnerable. That's always crappy. I was going to say, but they don't seem to be attacking me anyway. Oh, there we go, now I'm hitting it with my blind. I also get stability from this, which is helpful because they keep me from falling off. Oh, and instead, step behind this wall he made so that I don't die horribly. Because that would be bad if I fell off. Okay, yeah, so if you haven't noticed, those orbs, they use the red circles to mark where they're going to be. And I am still getting invulnerable. I really hope that's something that they fix in upcoming patches. I mean, like I said, it was to fix people, like, killing them from below and not, like, fighting them naturally. I mean, a one-sided attack really isn't fair for the monsters. I can kind of understand, but that is the key there. Also, I mentioned the shields for, like, Guardians. My Guardian, when I run her through here, I also put a stand your ground on her and give everybody stability if it is going to hit and I don't have the wall up. That can save lives. It's very good. This can be very difficult for, some groups. That was annoying. Okay, back up we go. But, yeah, some groups really struggle with this. Having two Guardians really helps because they can stagger their walls, so you can always have a wall up. 3 Guardians, even better. There is no gapping in walls or stability. You're just always standing. Then the only risk is possibly dying, because at, like, say, a level 48, they do a lot more damage, and they can down you in a couple seconds, especially if you have more than one of them aggroed at a time. At a time. God, I'm so, like, preachy at the moment. I'm just, like, babbling on and on and on.
Feels nice.
But the Harpies, in general, I would say they aren't too bad. Another option also is if you have a Mesmer. A Mesmer can make their way up here, and then they can port the rest of the group up. So if you're having a lot of trouble and someone has a Mesmer, you could do that. Or, like I said, Guardians are always good. Even if you have a Guardian that doesn't have agony resistance, there's no agony before the boss in this, so you could get a Guardian, bring it in, as long as you're not the leader, remember, because you don't want to switch character classes if you're the leader. Now, There's also an achievement, I believe, here for like not falling off.
Refreshing.
You want to fight these in a special order, although I think you get a special chest if you leave the rabbit for last, but you, whoops, always want to kill it first, in my opinion, because it can one-shot you. Obviously, my problem was that they're fair shaman that just like one-shot me. The saboteur is next, the veteran, he is the next easiest to kill, and I'm going to attempt to not die here. And jump back maybe. Scary. Chest. Get that as long as we're here. And it looks like our guardian over there is going down because he is in the corner and we cannot save him. That is a dangerous spot, especially when all the aggro is there in the corner. It might have been best if we had maybe pulled the aggro away, assuming he didn't have it once he was downed. But what can you do? We will res him once we get another one of these out of the way. But like I said, so always rabbit first, then the vet, and then you want to kill the, shaman. The shaman is always third. Some groups will have you kite the Etten separately because he can be really obnoxious. But, I mean, generally he's pretty easy to avoid. You just watch for his different attacks. When he's going to do his ground smash, you want to make sure you're out of the way. Let's see. We should be safe to res because it appears we do not have the aggro. I mean, as with any fight, if you have aggro, don't res, and try not to pull the aggro to the people resing. Oh, looks like our other guardian's going down. That's not good. I better res him up quick. That's another thing. In general, always res the downed before you res the dead. And I can't... They're talking about the glitch, and it's not necessary to glitch your way past with a mesmer, but it can help. And I will show you that up at the top.
I could outrun a centaur.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. Oh god. So apparently I now have aggro. Alright, so let's pull him over here a little bit, shall we? See if we can't get far, far away from them. Sorry, my babbling is pretty random when I'm focusing. I'm trying not to be too odd about it. I keep losing my train of thought. It's horrible. I'm very sorry. How embarrassing. I'm such a noob. Okay.
Replenishing.
Also, trying to type in combat can be very dangerous as well. Let's see, do I have aggro? I don't think I do. Am I far enough away? Ah, yes I am. Okay, good. We've almost got him up. 3/4. And then he can help us take out that shaman. Because yeah, the shaman obviously launches you. He also like leaps at you. And he hits really hard. And we're gonna get away from him quick. Oh, did I finish rezzing? I didn't even notice. Okay, I am such a noob today. Alright, honestly, I'm distracted by this. But what can you do? Maybe I'll block out my commentations on this. Commentations? I don't think that's even a word. I think I'm like making up words now. Great. Such an idiot. I hope this helps anyway, despite the idiocy of my commentating. That might be it. Commentations. Oh my god. It's like a commendation. No, it's not. I don't know. Just ignore me. Well, I mean, you can't ignore me because I'm here. You're watching my video. That's not like you're a captive audience. And you can always like rage at me and be like, oh my god, you talk too much. I mean, I'm gonna keep talking too much because that's what I do. But you can still rage at me if you want. Although it might hurt my feelings. I mean, I can't really stop you from doing it. It's a free country, right? Let's see. Let's avoid him a little longer. Maybe slow him down. Get a little freezy well on him. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling it that now. Freezy well. God. I'm apparently not getting any smarter as this goes on. My vocabulary is like shrinking. Okay.
Fire.
I should make sure I'm recording. That would be awesome. Like, record a whole hour, but I'm not really recording. I just wasted. No, it's not a waste. It's still fractals. I do love fractals.
I call upon the
I was
storm's
considering
power.
recording on a 48, but I did a 48 run yesterday, so I figured I may as well at least earn myself a daily chest while I do the recording. I mean, I could have done a 38 as well, but I find it's tricky to get a good 38 group because people are kind of in a middle grounds between having done it a lot, and having done it,
It had a good life.
you know,
Short.
just not
Good.
quite enough, and it can be kind of questionable. Although I think this group could do a 48 no problem. Even if they aren't personally at that level, they seem pretty set. The only risk would be whether or not they have enough agony resistance to survive the bosses. But that
I summon the power
obviously
of
isn't an
Malan.
issue for this, because there is no agony at this. I mean, there is agony at this level. There isn't too much agony at this level for.
Behold the ocean's power.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. So it's taking us a while to take these guys down. I mean, even if you have all really high damage people, these guys still have a lot of health. And if I was paying attention properly, I would be trying to take off this Fury and Protection off the champion with this here well that I'm going to put down. And it's gone. Of course, the recharge on it is kind of long, and he'll probably put them back on before it's recharged. But if you pay attention, you can strip them off right away. Then the only trick is getting him to stand in the stupid well long enough for it to strip them. I usually run a different elite here, Lich form usually, and then you are able to strip his wounds with that as well. I don't always take full advantage of all my skills. Like, lots of times I'll only use Death Shroud to save my life. It is very useful in other circumstances as well. Throw in a little torment and whatnot. But it's really good, especially in this fractal, for saving your life when falling or when doing the next part, which I'll have to show you. A little trick on there. I'll make sure to get my Death Shroud all charged back up before we get there. Oh, see, now he's got his wounds back up, but I have no way to strip them. I'm also gonna babble myself hoarse, I think.
Armored up.
After it's already starting to hurt. Oh my god, you think I'd be like, oh okay, I'm gonna just stop talking, silence from Miranda. But no, I'm just gonna sit here and babble on and on about babbling on and on, because that's what I do. I love it when people try to talk and... No, I do that all the time. I don't love it. It's kind of funny though. It sucks when you do that. And then you die because you have like all those movements in your chat window. It's hard to move when you're in chat. By hard, I mean.
Reap
no,
the
impossible.
whirlwind.
Alright, so there's going to be a few more harpies up here, but there's nowhere for them to knock you off of, so you just need to kill them. And once they are dead, then you've got no problem. One problem with the Necromancer on here is if you have minions, it can make this next part kind of
Here
annoying.
come the flames.
But as long as I have my Death Shroud, I should be okay. You will know exactly what I'm talking about once we get up there. Alright, so they are all dead. And we got one.
Behold the ocean's power.
Not that I'm really complaining, I didn't expect anything good. Alright, so this is the part I'm talking about. So if you have a minion, I get mine from having death magic, and he hurts a lot. You can dodge through these, or if you're a guardian, oh my god, you can block them as well. Or you can just dodge around them if you're talented enough. Oh my god. But if you dodge, you want to dodge at the top if you have one left, then you need to enable these three things to open the next gate. And once it also deactivates that, so the rest of the group can get up if they're having troubles. You can break the stun, or the whatever it's called, to get it open. I think it's already probably open. It is. Okay, but anyway, that is how I get to the top. But yeah, the dodge at the top is very helpful. Now, if you've done this below level 10, it's pretty different at 10 plus. You need to do some setup. You want to make sure not to set foot out on the main floor, because it will probably activate him and get him attacking, and you want this to be set up first. You need to charge the batteries between each use of the fan, and the first use of the fan, you want to make sure that you do it the right time, or else you can mess it up, and it really hurts at high levels having that poison hit you. So, first thing we do is stack crystals. You need 1 in each of the batteries, plus you need 3 stacked. I like to stack them at the bottom of the stairs because the interacting with this machine to put them in is overridden by picking stuff up. So if I stack them all here, it'll be like pick up crystal, and all she'll do is pick up different crystals instead of putting a new one in the thing, which you can do by, you know, clicking on it or whatever. But when you're in the heat of battle, sometimes it can be a problem. And I'm not sure we need a mesmer at this point, but I guess if they want to switch, that's all more power to them. There is a shortcut after this boss, mini boss guy, where you can go and back out the way we came, and you can like shortcut your way to the top. And I set 3 crystals there. Yep. I'm going to be in charge of the fan for this run, and you'll want 1 person on each battery. If you have like all melee people, you'll want to make sure that they're paying enough attention so that when the batteries run out, they get back to them and put a new crystal in to charge it. So you'll want to make sure you know who's on what, and make sure people know what their task is. And make sure that someone is on the fan at all times as well. It might be best to not start the fight if you're the person on the fan, because he can pull you. And if he pulls you before you hit the fan, then it's bad. But what I was saying before about the timing on starting the fan is you want to make sure that you're taking damage and he's taking damage before you hit the fan, or else it'll glitch the first time and it will not turn off the poison. And that hurts a lot, like I was saying before. And then you have to wait for the batteries to completely run out before you can charge the batteries and get the fan going again. So let's see, so now they're getting that one going, so now we should be good. And it looks like everyone's here.
I've got the target.
Alright, so we've got people everywhere. And I'm going to start it just because I already am. And then we're going to start the fan, and it takes away, oh, the poison. That kind of hurt. And I forgot to change my elite to something ranged. You can also stack on him in the center if you do it right.
Strong.
But only if you do it right. Oh my god, otherwise you take more damage than you would otherwise, which I just did like a noob. Okay. But you can sometimes avoid this damage if you stack in the right spot. Now they're going to recharge the batteries, and I'm going to get over here as soon as it's charged and turn it back on. Oh my god. So thank god they saved me there, because otherwise that would have been horrible. But they were right on top of it. It's good having a group knowing what they're doing, because they know and they do it.
Replenishing.
So I think maybe we'll stay back here because it's easier maybe to dodge some of these poison things, and they kind of hurt a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Poison. Come on, charge, charge, charge. Where's the charge? There we go. Fan on. You can hear like the panic in my voice. I'm like, oh god. No, it's really not that bad. And with everything, this does get harder as you get higher levels, simply because he does more damage. Oops, I totally just missed. I'm pretty awesome. Let's see. Drop some wells on him. Everyone else is doing really well. Alright, and we need this one more time. We're down to the last crystal. This is the last time we'll be able to turn on the fan if they put the crystal in. Where are they at? They got it. Okay, there we go. I got it turned on. We took a lot of damage that time, though, before they got it turned off.
Armored up.
Now, generally, this would be the same kind of deal. You would go this way if you didn't have a mesmer to do the shortcut, which presumably they'll probably fix in one of these updates, because they've tried to fix it before, but people can still glitch through. But you would head up that way past more harpies, and it's really similar to that first section. Just make sure you have the shields and the stability if you have it. But yeah, so now we're going to see how this is done. So if you stand right at the right spot there as a mesmer, you can blink your way up there. You want to make sure you run that way like they just did, and activate the next area. Then you're able to set a portal and come down here and port everybody up.
All of us abandoned.
Beautifully done.
You
Beautifully
are
done.
You
Now,
can't
this
be
boss.
here.
There are a couple ways to do this, but it's kind of glitchy if you do it the one way. This Raving Asura cannot be damaged. If you have guardians, they can block his attacks, because his attacks do a lot of damage, plus agony damage. So he's pretty dangerous. But you'll want to kill his little kitties here. They're so cute. Snuggles, Professor Mew, Mr. Mittens, and Baron Von Scufflebutt.
Falling, screaming.
First is Snuggles, then Mittens, then Mew, then Baron are the order they'll
Getting hotter.
attack in. And then once you have killed them all once, and I forgot to change to my blind well. I usually pull a blind well because after you've killed them all once, they will all activate at once to attack you. And if you can stack them all in a pile and blind them, it can go a lot quicker and more smoothly. But what I was saying before is if you have everyone stand out back where we were, you can have one person kite the Asura. I have had it glitch on me though, like I was saying, where we actually killed all of these, and then after we had completed it, it glitched and reset the whole thing, so they all attacked again and we basically started over. So if you don't want to risk that, you'll just want to do it normally, but it can be very helpful if you, if it works out well for you. Uh-oh, here's attacking us. You can, dodge the agony, which it's less important for us at this level because we have a lot of agony resistance. Otherwise, that can take you down, just one hit of those 3 little balls. You also have to dodge them all, because even one does damage all on its own. So 3 do more damage. But anyway, like what I was saying is, so if you have everyone wait over there by the gate, you can have one person run in, grab the aggro from the Asura, and pull him around that pillar on the right there. And if you pull him and kite him around it, then the other people can kill his little kitty robots while he is being kited, and then it mitigates that damage from him. And then everyone else can just focus on the fight that's over here with all of these guys. Oh, and I have this on, so we can go ahead and use this to blind everyone. Ha! I'm smarter than I look. No, not really. Oh, we've got someone down, but I think we're going to hit them up by killing some of them. I'm just going to keep blinding, keep blinding, keep blinding. Oh my god, he ran out. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm such a noob.
My power is like a tidal wave.
My commentary definitely goes downhill when I'm fighting a more difficult battle. Because this one can take a long time if your group isn't coordinated and prepared for the damage. It can just be bad. But this one, it looks like, other than a couple people going down, it's going relatively smoothly. Oops. Luckily, I have agony resistance on this character, because I would probably be dead right now. And that's it. We beat him. We will get a chest here. And a little ending cutscene. And there you have it. That is the Raving Asura Uncategorized Fractal. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps.